All right, here we go. All right, so today is Saturday, June 6th, right? And I've been, I would call it, in a pit of despair, depression, whatever you want to call it, for the last few days. My depression's been really, really bad. And so it sucks because I started this channel and I've started my new website, nickborsellino.com, and during this coronavirus thing, my outlook has actually gotten better and better and better as the time went on. And then I decided to speak to the world and tell everybody that I wanted to make some shifts in my life. And right as I did that, this murder of George Floyd happened, and the world has been turned upside down in the last week and a half or less, maybe. And so while the world has been turned upside down, so has my mood and everything. I've been trying to stay positive as much as I can, but it's really difficult. It's just hard to see humanity at its worst. And I've been looking for the positive stuff in it, but it's been really hard to look past all the bad stuff to get to the good stuff. So much police brutality and so much hate and violence, and it's been very hard for me. So it's definitely knocked me off of my course this week. I did manage to work on the book. I got a couple chapters pretty much done. I got the next chapter definitely, I think, ready to roll out. So that'll be probably coming out here this week. But I haven't done much else as far as anything else because I've just been so kind of upset by all of this stuff. So what I did do is I talked to a couple people that I had next up on my list, and actually the next job that I was going to go to, she passed away over the weekend, which probably, now that I'm thinking about it, has probably played a little bit of a part into my mood. She's a mother of a childhood friends, and that was just kind of a shock. So I'm getting over that, and the whole coronavirus had stopped me in my tracks on a couple bathroom jobs. One was a favor for a friend, and he's taking care of that himself. And then the other one, I talked to her, and she's not ready to have people come back into her house yet, which is fine. And she actually saw some of my posts and videos and was kind of curious. And I've had a few clients reach out and ask me, they've been a little concerned, and I've assured them that I'm not like shutting the doors of the business or anything like that. I'm just asking for help, which is something that I really don't do very well. So I've got a new guy that I talked to. He's going to help me do tile work. And in the past, I've used some guys for painting and drywall and stuff. I'm going to start trying to sub out some of that stuff to lighten my load. If I can have people that do that kind of stuff, that's all they do, and they want to do this on my projects, it would, free me up from doing some of the things that I don't really enjoy doing. So that's basically, I think, all that I've come up with this week. Last video, I talked about this book here, Don't Keep Your Day Job, that had really, really helped me rethink everything. And it was really good. And this week I started reading a book. It's been sitting on my bookshelf for a couple of years, and I wanted to get into it, called The Case for God. And I got 18 pages in over a few days. I fell asleep every time I was reading it. It's just too, I don't know how to describe it. It's too not me. So if anybody wants this book, if you're watching this right now and you want this book, let me know. I'll leave it on my front porch and you can come get it. or I'll mail it to you wherever you are. So I'm sure it's a great book for someone who is into the history of God. I mean, this goes back like 30,000 years and talks about like where, the concepts of God first came from. Anyway, not into it. But I just started this other book, this Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, another book that I've had for a long time, and I've heard from a lot of people that it's really good, and I've just never cracked it open. So I started cracking it. I started reading it today, and so far I like it. At least I was able to finish a chapter in this one versus the other one. So based on that, I guess I'm still waiting to hear, I'm still waiting to see how this reopening phases are going to affect the COVID numbers. We're on phase 2. I think phase 3 is coming up, and then now with all of this protests and everything going on, there's a lot of people out in the public really, getting into life again. So we're kind of the mindset of we're going to give it a couple weeks and see if there's another spike, and if there's not, then we'll probably start getting back into life. But we certainly didn't want to be the test subjects, considering I have this underlying health condition that I didn't want to. I've been trying really hard to not catch this thing. So anyway, that's where we're at right now. I will say that I talked about this at the beginning of the video, that my depression's been really, really bad this week. And I've been wanting to do this video for the last few days, but I could barely get out of bed. I mean, I've just been miserable. And I think we might do a podcast on depression, but I'm not 100% if we're going to do that or not. Because it's something that I really battle with, and it's hard. A lot of people, I think depression and sadness are the same thing, and it's not the same thing. Like that not being able to get out of bed or do anything, like not being able to function like a human being, it's just crippling, And so here you go. That's the real deal. That's the shit I deal with on a daily basis. Trying to fight through that stuff. It's really hard. So we went out on the motorcycle twice today, and the first time, normally the motorcycle can pick me up, but I got home and I laid right back down on the couch and took a nap. I just was not feeling it. Second time we went out, it was a little bit better. So I'm doing slightly better now than I was earlier. So yeah, that's it. Sorry, I'm not very uplifting today, but that's what I got. It's the recap for this week. I'll see you next weekend.